Good morning, students. Today we'll have asynchronous activities or sessions. So we don't have live meeting through Google Meet. And this video is a brief introductions for the topic of conflict analysis and transformations. By the end of the sessions, I hope that you, with the help of the materials that already provided in the eCampus, you not only understand the concept of peace, of conflict, or conflict transformations, peace building, but you also have certain understanding and also some skills that you can use to solve the conflicts that you face and designing program or interventions to have like a peace educations or lead into conflict transformations. Let me start explaining about the materials that you need to read or you need to watch in the or check it out in the eCampus. Okay, so the first document is from presentation slide presentations of UNESCO, and actually is explaining about some key concepts in peace building and transformations. There you will learn about what conflict is and the definition of conflict resolutions, definitions of peace building or transformations, or the most important thing is also peace education. So for some of you that think of that already start thinking about peace educations as your semester or your class project, so I think this is very important resources for you. The thing that I want to underline in this presentation is actually the notions or the understanding of a conflict and the definition of peace. First is about the definition of conflict. Most of us thinks that conflict is something as a negative, things that we need to eradicate in our life. But here, and all the material actually arguing or presenting conflict is in more some things that natural is part of our life as a human being. Part of our life is a society. The things that we need to deal with is a part of our daily life, and we see we see it as a something at a positive as part of our growth, our development, or say dynamic in the society. So conflict is a kind of discord, disagreement, debate, or differences uh, be, between identities, between interests, between other of aspirations, and this is something normal, something natural. So the purpose of peace educations, the purpose of conflict transformation is not in terms of eradicating conflict, but the purpose is how to use that, how to overcome the challenge of the conflicts that we have to transform us into a better society, to move us or to create better conditions for us as an individual, as a society, as a citizen, as part of human civilization. So this is important notions that I want you to understand about what conflict is. And the second is about education, peace, sorry, peace. So, okay, peace building and conflict. So this is the slide that I mentioned. So what in this slide, peace is understood as not something in terms of absence of war, absence of violence, but actually is deeper than that. So it's defined peace in very deep and very idealistic ways, meaning that peace is the conditions where well-being as an individual, the growth of society, the harmony between society, or the conditions that necessitate for us to strive and to develop is achieved. So it includes not only the absence of war, of absence of violence, but also the absence of discriminations, absence of structural violence, absence of poverty, as absence of misery, and yeah, a lot of things. So basically, peace is understood in more deeper and broader understanding. So this is the first resources, and then from that, after you understand about the concepts, so how you analyze conflict, and analyzing conflict is the first step for you to change conflict into energy for transformations. So then before you create programs, before you create activities for the intervention into conflict, and then create the situation that everyone's is have aspirations on it. So you need to have tools to analyze what is going on, what's actually the how conflict evolve, how conflict happen. So this manual gives you very detailed steps or phases that you need to follow. It gives you like a question as your guidance to understand the conflict. So you start by questioning about the causes of the conflict, the actors, the stakeholders that involved, and what kind of values that are being the context on the conflicts, until also the identify the potential for solutions of the conflict. So this conflict is very detailed, and you can just follow the steps, and from that you can design a program, design a project, design activities. Maybe you can incorporate the theory of change that we just discussed previously into a program of peace building program, conflict transformation program, or peace education project. So this is the manual that you can use for that. And for your kind of a part of enrichment to understand about how peace education or peace building programs are being conducted. So there is a resources that you can use here. This is a library of case studies from many parts of the world about conflicts and about peace building that being conducted. So I think it's very interesting because it's not only giving you the success story, but also some of the failure, and so you can understand why some programs fail to achieve the goals of conflict transformations, and what factors for the success. So then it will help you to design a more effective program. Next. So this a reading. I think this is a very interesting reading. The title is War is Not Over, and it's just published recently, 2019. Um, so the thing is, this reading actually for me is kind of a reminder that sometimes, because we never experience war during our lifetime, we just see it probably, or maybe we just read it in the book of history. So we thought that we as a human, because now we are more advanced in our understanding, are more connected with the globalizations, with all this sophisticated weaponry. So it means that there's less potential, less tendency that we will go to conflict or war. but it's not the case. Tanisa Fazal and Paul Post actually provide interesting and very solid arguments along with some of the empirical evidence to show that actually the potential of conflict and war is still there. So it helps us not to complacent with our conditions, and we need to always very careful and cautious and prepare on how to prevent conflict and war to happen. So it's not for the reason for us to be pessimistic, but also it's not overly optimistic with our conditions. So, and those are the resources that I want you to study to for you to help to understand what is conflict is all about and how to solve conflicts. I'm sure in previous classes you already learned about kind of theoretical understanding about war, about international relations, interwarfare. But now I want you to go and to learn more practical aspect of that. And lastly, there's a discussions here in the A campus. So I want you to give questions based on your reading, your reflections, or maybe some comments, some arguments that you want to pose, responding to the materials that already gave. And this your contribution in this forum, in the online discussion forum, will serve as your attendance and today attendance class on the online class. So I want each of you to be participate in this discussion forum. So that's all for my introductory videos of the today topics on conflict transformations and conflict analysis and transformations. So we'll see again next week discussing the next topic in our class. So thank you very much, and I hope that you will enjoy the materials that provided in the eCampus. So see you.